Ah, IB financial math. For so many students, this topic feels like a total maze. You've got loans, annuities, depreciation, compound interest. It's like a building with all these different rooms, and each one seems to need a different key, a different formula to memorize. It can get really overwhelming. But what if I told you there's a master key? One single key that can unlock pretty much every single door you'll encounter?
So are you ready? Let's do this. In this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that confusion. I'm going to hand you that master key, and we're going to turn this topic from something you might be dreading into something you completely own. Let's get right to it. Okay, first things first. Let's just look at the landscape, right? You're staring down all these different scenarios. Simple interest, compound interest, savings plans, mortgages, car loans, depreciation, and each one feels like it needs its own special approach, its own unique formula. It's what I call the problem of too many doors.
And really, at the heart of all this is the big difference between simple and compound interest. Simple interest, yeah, it's linear, pretty straightforward. But compound interest, oh man, that's the real powerhouse. It's where you earn interest on your interest, and honestly, it's the engine driving almost everything else in this topic.
And this is the exact spot where so many people get tripped up. You see a formula like this one with all the variables and the exponents, and your first thought is, oh no, I've got to memorize this thing, I have to be some kind of algebra genius to rearrange it. But here's the secret. That is not the goal. Seriously, that's actually the hard way. So, what's the master key? Well, I'm about to reveal it. And the best part is, it's not some crazy formula you have to memorize. It's a tool you literally already have in your hand. It's the time value of money solver, or a TVM solver for short, built right into your graphics display calculator. This is going to be your new best friend for financial math.
And look, I really want to be crystal clear on this, because this is a total game changer. For like 90% of these problems, the point is not to wrestle with the algebra. The real skill, the thing that gets you the marks, is knowing how to use that TVM solver on your calculator correctly.
So the real trick is understanding what all those variables inside the solver actually mean. You've got N, I%, PV, PMT, and FV. Think of these as the little teeth on our master key. Get them right, and that lock is gonna open every single time. So let's go through them one by one.
Okay, first up, N. Now, be careful here, this is a super common trap. N is not just the number of years, it's the total number of payment periods. So if you have a 5-year loan that's paid monthly, N isn't 5, no way, it's 5 times 12, so it's 60. You've always got to multiply the years by how many times it's compounded per year.
Next, we've got PV. That stands for present value. Super simple, it's just the big lump sum of money right at the very beginning of the timeline. At time 0. So this could be the big loan you just got, or the chunk of cash you first invested.
Then there's PMT, which stands for payment. This one's a big deal for things like loans and savings plans. The key here is that PMT is only for regular repeating payments. So if you're just putting in one lump sum and letting it sit, your PMT is just going to be 0.
And finally, we have FV, or future value. This is pretty self-explanatory, right? It's what everything is worth at the very end. For a savings account, this is probably the number you're trying to find. But here's a really cool tip for loans. Think about it. When you've paid off a loan completely, what's its value at the end? It's 0. The debt is gone. So in that case, your FV is 0.
Okay, so now we know what the teeth on our master key are, but just having the key isn't enough, right? You need to know how to actually turn it in the lock. And that brings us to the single most important, most crucial concept for getting these questions right every single time.
I see this happen all the time. A student completely gets the question, they know all the variables, they plug everything in, and they still get the wrong answer. Why? It almost always boils down to one simple, tiny, but absolutely critical mistake. And here it is. This is the secret sauce. It's the golden rule, the cash flow sign convention. Getting this right is literally everything. It's the one thing that separates a right answer from a wrong one, and believe me, it is so simple once it clicks.
So here's how you simplify everything. I want you to completely forget about complicated finance theory for a second. Just ask yourself one question. Is money coming to me, or is it going away from me? If money comes into your pocket, like when a bank gives you a loan, that number is positive. If money is going out of your pocket, like when you make a deposit into a savings account, that number is negative. That's it. That is the entire rule. Simple, right?
All right, time to put it all together. We have our master key, the TVM solver. We have our golden rule, the cash flow signs.
Now we can walk up to basically any financial math problem and just unlock it. So let's run through a few examples to see it in action.
Okay, here's the classic. Sarah is saving money, putting $100 into her account every single month. So let's apply our golden rule. Is that $100 flowing towards her or away from her? Well, it's leaving her wallet and going into the bank, right? It's going away. So her PMT is negative 100. See how that works?
Okay, what about a loan? Let's say David gets a mortgage for $350,000. Right at the very beginning, time zero, where did that money go? The bank gave it to him, it landed in his pocket. So his present value, his PV, is a positive $350,000. You see the pattern? It's always just about the direction of the cash.
This even works for something like depreciation. So you bought a car for $22,000. To use our rule, we think about that first transaction. You paid for the car, so that cash flowed away from you. That means the PV is negative $22,000. And because the car is losing value over time, the interest rate itself is also negative. See? The exact same logic applies no matter the scenario. All right, so you've got the key, you know how to turn it. Now let's wrap this all up into a foolproof strategy for exam day. This is your 5-step takedown for any financial math question that comes your way.
Here we go. Step 1, actually read the full question. Seriously, is it compound? Are there regular payments? Step 2, right away, go to your TVM solver. That's your home base. Step 3, and this is so important, write down your TVM variables in your exam book. Step 4, watch the signs, apply that golden rule. And finally, step 5, just do a quick gut check. Does the answer seem reasonable? A mortgage payment for a house shouldn't be $5 a month, you know?
Hey, I want to just double-click on step 3 for a second, because this is probably the best piece of advice you'll get. Even if you mess up and type something wrong into the calculator, if you've written down your TVM inputs, the N, the I, the PV, PMT, FV, you are showing the examiner that you knew exactly what to do. This simple act can get you most of the method marks, even with a wrong final answer. Seriously, don't skip this. It's free points.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with just one final thought. The secret to totally nailing IB financial math isn't memorizing a million formulas. It's about making things simple. It's about having one master key, one golden rule, and one simple question that guides you through everything. So just forget all the scary complexity and just ask yourself, where is the money flowing?